Welcome to the introduction of online training. This will be your computer training. This is where you will learn how to use the computer and the internet. Most of our education is based upon the Microsoft operating systems. The reason is because that's what most people own. Here are the 3 best tips I will ever give you about computer training. They're very simple, and you do not have to be on your computer, and you do not have to practice to learn these 3 things. If you didn't create it, don't delete it. Now what this means is, if you're exploring your computer and you're in a place that you don't recognize and there's files and folders, the last thing you want to ever do is delete something that you did not create. If you don't recognize the name of the file, then you obviously did not create it. Many people seriously damage their computers by deleting files and folders that they are not aware of the content. So it's a very simple thing. If you didn't create it, don't delete it. This is how you will help protect your computer from yourself. The next tip is this, and this is a very critical tip. When in doubt, cancel out. Now understand this. Many times you will be on the internet or in your computer working, and a pop-up box will appear, and it will ask you to do something. And you're wondering, why is this pop-up box even here? If you weren't saving a file, a pop-up box shouldn't have appeared. So think about this a moment. If a pop-up box appears and you're not sure why, you can click cancel, or you can click on the X in the upper right-hand corner of that box. Let me explain the importance of, when in doubt, cancel out. There are many people in the world trying to damage your computer. When you're on the internet, they've designed very unique ways of having pop-up boxes appear. And if you say okay to those boxes, they will download viruses and other disastrous things into your computer's hard drive. This is the way people get into your computer. This is the way they steal your data. This causes a lot of problems, but it's a very simple thing to remember. When in doubt, cancel out. Simply click the cancel button or click on the X in the upper right-hand corner and close it. Do not say okay. Do not think that it's okay. You should be aware when a box is going to pop up, because they usually only pop up when you're attempting to save something. The third best tip I can give you: do not click on links in an email. People will send you emails that you don't know. They'll make them be very tempting, and they'll say the greatest things to you, and then they'll have a link. And that link could be disastrous. So if you don't know who sent you the email, do not click on a link. I will not click on any links that anyone sends me unless I know the person very well, because those links can load viruses into your computers. This is how they spread viruses around the world so rapidly. They mass email everyone. They say something very nice, clever, or funny. Take a look at this. You have to see this. Microsoft's doing this. Somebody's doing this. And they try to get you to click on a link. Do not click on links in emails unless you know the person who sent them to you. Those 3 tips are the best tips we will ever give you to protect your computer. Now, one thing we will teach you over the following weeks is how to reset your computer. This is an amazing feature in Microsoft. Unfortunately, many times your computer has problems. You notice it suddenly acting kind of funny. Well, Microsoft has created a way that you can actually go in and backdate your computer a week or 2 weeks. And when you backdate your computer, it cleans everything up. It doesn't lose your files, though. That's the most important part. But it takes whatever happened inside that operating system that suddenly is causing glitches, maybe Windows, Internet Explorer, Google, sites are loading suddenly. You're seeing sites load all over your computer when you're on the internet, just popping up all the time on your taskbar. Little things can happen like this from viruses. You can reset your computer to a different date and solve these problems. This is a big deal because if you realize that you can backdate your computer and solve problems that you're suddenly noticing happening in your computer, you can solve most of your problems. And if you don't solve these problems, they escalate, damaging your computer and making things much worse. So we're going to teach you how to reset your computer so you can solve some problems. Now, let's talk about the other things you'll learn at LTMI. Organizing your desktop. Your computer screen is your desktop. Everything you see on that screen is just like looking at a desktop. We will teach you how to completely organize it as if you would your own office desk and manage it and keep up with it and be comfortable on the desktop. Click and drag. Some of you may know this, but click and drag is a very unique feature. You can click and drag anything anywhere on your computer's desktop by simply holding down the left mouse button. Now we will show you this in audio video lessons teaching you how to click and drag and move things around. But click and drag is a very important part of organizing your desktop, therefore organizing your computer where you have control of your computer and you're comfortable on your computer. We'll teach you how to create folders because really sometimes programs want to save your files everywhere and you really don't understand where your files are going unless you're completely computer literate. So the best thing to do is to create your own folders, name them properly for what it is that you're doing, and then save the files in those folders. We'll teach you file management. That goes along with creating folders. We will teach you how to find your files, locate your files, place your files where you want them. You see, this is your computer, and you should look at it like a filing cabinet. It's a bunch of drawers, and you put the things where you want them to go so you can then go back and retrieve them when you want them. So file management will help you manage your computer even better. We will teach you how to use word processors. There's a lot of tricks to using a word processor. Now remember, a lot of these lessons are for people who are not comfortable on their computer. We want you to be completely comfortable using a word processor. And there's a lot to it, and we'll teach you all of those things. Then there's cut, copy, and paste. This is the oldest trick in the computer book. But many people still do not know how to cut, copy, and paste. We will teach you how to move sentences inside of Word documents. We will teach you how to take things off the internet and bring them to your computer and put in the word processor. How to take pictures off the internet and simply put them in the word processor. You see, you're usually using a word processor to do things. So we'll teach you how to use the word processor. Then we'll teach you how to cut, copy, and paste anything from anywhere on your computer so you can move things around quickly. But when you're doing research on the internet, it'd be nice to be able to copy the text and put it into the Word document that you're doing the research about. This will make life a lot simpler when you can cut, copy, and paste. We will teach you internet basics. We will teach you how to use email programs. You see, there's gmail.com and yahoo.com and a number of other email programs that are on the internet. It's very convenient to use an internet-based email program. So as you travel, you go to your friend's house or your family's house in another state, you can easily check your email and keep up. We want you to be able to use these email programs to make your life simpler. We will teach you social networking. You know, people are using Facebook and MySpace and Twitter all the time now to find people and to make new friends. We will teach you how to do this, and we will teach you the safety features that you need to be thinking about and protecting yourself when you are social networking. We will teach you internet searches. Now remember, a lot of people know this stuff, but tens of millions, if hundreds of millions of people don't. We will teach you how to use Google, Yahoo, and Bing. They are all individual search engines, and how they search the internet, and how you can go find things on the internet that interest you. We want you to be able to utilize the internet for what it's worth. We believe we will teach you everything that you need to know. You see, we've been developing online computer internet education for over 16 years. And over the following weeks, you will begin to see the lessons that will teach you in 1 to 3 minutes each how to use your computer. So remember, if you didn't create it, don't delete it. Ever. and that will be the first lesson of how you help protect your computer. When in doubt, cancel out. Because if that pop-up box is there for some unknown reason, you really do not want to say okay. You just want to close the box. And never click on a link in an email unless you know who the sender is. That's how they spread viruses all around the world. You see, LTMI is people helping people. And we're going to teach the world how to use the computer through the LTMI program. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful day.